bloody YouTube. Okay, YouTube's up. Okay, we're live.
Hi.
Alright, so do you guys want to say your names or not?
I'm Katie.
I'm Brian.
And you're married?
Married.
Okay. And this is an injury to you way back when you were going to college.
Yep.
How old were you then?
18?
So,
18.
okay, before that happened to you, could I have called either of you to anti-vaccine?
No. I didn't know anything really about vaccines. I mean, I'm 40 and I was 18, this is 22 years ago. There's no Google. My mom's a nurse. I grew up with, I didn't know there was anything other than Western medicine. There was no anti-vax anything in my mind.
So you trusted your doctors?
I trusted my doctors, I trusted the nurses. There wasn't any reason not to.
Right, why would they do anything to hurt you?
Right. Every time I got sick, that's where I went. I didn't think about it, you know. For me, I wasn't the healthiest kid, but I wasn't like I was after the vaccine I got for college.
Right, now 22 years ago you would not have had, or longer than that as a child, you would not have had anything like the schedule that they have now.
No.
And how are you around the same age?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of personal stuff, but we're just trying to gauge the level of vaccine. So you were vaccinated as a kid as well?
Mm-hmm.
So you were all both, why would you even question?
Right.
Why would you question it?
Right.
Right.
The only thing that started
Excuse
to make me question just getting a shot in general was that I had to get allergy shots for a dust allergy frequently. And so I realized after I was getting them that they weren't helping, but also that I seemed to get sick from them. And so if I got an allergy shot, I would get pneumonia or bronchitis or strep throat or something, to the point that I just started to associate shots in general as being problematic for me personally. So then towards the end of high school, I said, Mom, these are not helping, and I think I'm getting worse from these allergy shots. I think I should just quit doing them. And at that point, the correlation between every time getting a shot and getting sick was so obvious that, you know, even though she's a nurse and didn't really have a good logical reason to tell me to stop getting them, she agreed with me that clearly my body didn't like them. So I got my forms for college. I was going to engineering school, and it just, I wanted to go to school. I wanted to go to college. So,
Which college?
Marquette in Milwaukee. And so it looked like it was required to get a vaccine.
Right.
So I thought, well, I don't want to not go to college over a shot. And so even though I was worried about it similar to the allergy shots, I thought I'll get, you know, pneumonia, or I'll get my bronchitis, or I'll be sick for a couple weeks or a couple months. They'll give me my antibiotics, or they'll give me my whatever medications to get through it. But then I'll be fine and I'll get to go to college. And you know, I was like pretty much a straight A student. Trying to do what I'm supposed to do, you know. And so I went in, and I just had this eerie feeling that it was not the greatest decision, you know, that I wasn't really respecting my body, since I knew that the allergy shots didn't go well. And I just remember her putting the needle in and thinking, okay, you know, it's done now. And it wasn't, you know.
And it was just Hep B?
Just Hep B,
Okay.
yeah. From my memory, I mean,
Check.
it's not like I tried to document it because I was looking for a vaccine injury and writing down the lot number just in case, and you know, it was a long time ago. So I didn't feel right afterwards. It wasn't like a plane crashing within 24 hours and now it's so obvious. It was not feeling well over the course of the next few weeks, and all of this huge, horrible stuff just started to happen in my life. I would be standing in line for food, and I would have such severe vertigo that it felt like I was rocketing up 4 stories and then slamming down 4 stories and spinning. I had migraines every day. I would be talking to people, and it was like turning into concrete. I would be not able to move. It was like I was having some sort of seizure or transient stroke or something. They never could figure out what it was, but sometimes it was my whole body, just paralysis. I couldn't talk. I just couldn't move. I never knew if I was going to wake up, but the only way I could get out of those paralysis episodes was to try to fall asleep. And then if I woke up, then sometimes I could move. My left side is still completely damaged, so it's been 22 years and I still have to use a wheelchair. Sometimes I look normal. I don't look my age, so people assume that I'm like perfectly healthy unless they really know me. But I've had to be on hydrocortisone, Cortef, for my adrenal glands because my adrenal basically shut down and stopped working completely. It was the worst that my doctor had seen. He told me in all of his practice how bad my adrenal glands were. And I don't have Addison's, I don't have an adrenal gland disease that Western medicine. I couldn't figure out what it was. So if I don't have that in my system, I can't walk. My left side of my face goes bad again. I can't speak correctly. I can't swallow correctly. I'm severely sensitive to chemicals, so I can smell everything, and it's not just smell. I get sick from all of it.
Like chemicals and stuff?
Yeah, like my body just became severely reactive to chemicals. So, like, if he goes to the grocery store and brings home eggs, and I open up an egg and crack it into a bowl, I can be fine if it's from like Whole Foods, natural grocers, away from a lot of chemicals. But like I can be like, oh, you must have gotten these eggs near the laundry aisle.
Really?
Yeah. And then he goes, yeah, they just moved where the eggs are. Now they're by the laundry aisle. How do you know? Because I can smell the laundry detergent on the eggshells when I open it. I mean,
very sensitive to smell.
Right. I mean, that's not normal, When we first started dating, we met. I had to take time off of college because, did a lot of
no
tests.
vaccines whatsoever.
None.
Vitamin K only.
No, that
None. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Whatsoever on those boys.
No.
Do those boys, please tell me this, in their first year of life, did they get ear infections?
No, they were, of the 4 of us, they're the healthiest. By far. So.
Twin boys are normally
preterm, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Vulnerable.
More vulnerable is the word I'm looking for, yeah.
Right,
so basically, they were not vaccinated at all. Did you breastfeed them? And they've had no ear infections. Guys, we've cracked the ear infection thing. We have done it, officially done this. You cannot argue with ear infection study.
Yeah.
Unvaccinated kids. I can't see any ear
well,
infections.
you know how you see the kids with a constant runny nose. They never had that.
Even a cold's fine, but an actual ear infection, or what the doctors call ear infections, we are not seeing this.
Right. So yeah, I mean, the thing I want people to know is you do have a choice, even if you think you don't. I didn't realize I had a choice to not get the vaccine for college. I thought it was required.
These your boys?
Yeah.
Hi.
We're live on Facebook.
Do you not want them live?
Hello.
Hi boys, I've been hearing how amazing you both are.
Oh, thanks.
That's okay, it's my pleasure. That's so cute.
So, informed consent is another thing. Nobody went through the risks with me on what could happen.
No, I have no idea.
I wasn't looking to just have the, I don't want to have the whole debate be about autism or not, you know. I don't have autism. I have,
We've moved on from autism.
yeah, there's so many things. Autism, yes, but there's so many things that can go wrong with vaccines, you know. When we first started dating, I could barely walk at all. Like, if I was not being carried or in, you know, some sort of wheels, I wasn't 20 steps. I lived across from the post office, and I'd plan my entire week around if I wanted to walk across. It was about a football field away. I'd plan my entire week on figuring out how I was going to get my bills paid and get those letters in the mail that far away.
You must have loved her so much. Yeah, you're a good man. I can see that. I mean, wow.
I thought he was crazy because my doctor said, you know, that I was like 85 years old, you know, and all my tests, and that's about how fast I could walk, and, you know, the health complications. And that was a huge commitment to take me on because I require so much care, you know.
But you're beautiful inside and out. I can see that. You've got two beautiful boys.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, you know, there's more choices than just the conventional. I was not going to try acupuncture. I was not going to try, you know, I didn't know what even organic food was. And all of that stuff has made a huge difference. You know, they have told me, my doctor is, you know, understands vaccine damage and has told me that, you know, never probably be the same, but I keep trying to prove him wrong, and I keep making gains every year. You know, I'm working on it, and I can stand longer, I can do more, I have less neuropathy, I have less pain. Every year that goes by, I get stronger, you know, so.
It's wonderful.
But it, you know, 22 years of fighting on I don't know anyone else in my little circle that, you know,
Now
does more.
that you know, both of you, or you know the real dangers of the vaccines, your children, I mean, look how healthy they are, and you both know there are 12 years boys walking around that are not this healthy, that have been vaccinated, that it's everywhere. Is there anything that's going to make either of you ever put a vaccine in your bodies or your kids? Is there anything?
I mean,
The whole thing would have to change.
it would have to be acknowledged what issues can arise, and then